Example, go through and connect to Oracle Cloud Storage and create a storage container. So the first thing we do is we connect with Firefox into cloud.oracle.com, and we sign into the service. Now the way we get the service identity is by going to the demo.oracle.com, and it gives us the instance that we want to connect to, as well as the username and the password. In this example, I'm not going to go to that just because I know what the instance is. It's METCSGSE 00027. And Cloud Admin is the username. And we type in the password if we can get it right. And it takes us to our cloud service. So we can see in the cloud service that we've got database, backup, we've got database, we've got storage, and storage is what we're interested in. So we're going to look at the storage service. We'll expand the details to look at the endpoint, and we're going to need this at some point, so I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to say copy link location. Now, one of the things we need to do is actually connect to this, and the easiest way to connect to it is through a plugin. So let's get the plugin. We're going to install the plugin. It does require restarting the browser, so it will restart the browser, bring us right back to where we were. But notice we've got a red icon up here, and the red icon allows us to go in and communicate to the service that we want to communicate to. So the first thing we need to do is authenticate. And we create the authentication, which creates an authorization. It communicates, it encrypts this, it generates the basic authentication. We take our REST endpoint and say, let's get, and it's going to come back and say it's okay. We actually authenticated, we communicated with the server. We can look at the highlight and notice that there's actually a container out there. If we wanted to look into the container, we could do that. Or we can create a new one. So let's create a new one. So we're going to create a test container. We do that with the put command. We click send, and we get back a response header of created. If we want to verify that it's there, we go back to the previous command and do the get all over again. We get an OK, look at the response header, and we notice we've got the old one and we've got a new container that was created that's 0 bytes in size. Now if we want to delete this container, we can do that as well by going in and saying delete. And we specifically want to do the test one. It'll come back and say no content, but it did delete it. If we go back and do the get, we'll notice that it's no longer there. Go to the response highlight, and we've got just that one container. Now the concept is we need to have the storage service so that when we go in and create a database backup, one of the things that it will want to do is create an instance when we create a service. And one of the questions it's going to ask is, okay, we want to create a cloud service, we want to do it monthly, we want to use the 12C release of the database, we want to use the high performance edition, but one of the details we're going to need is when we get to creating the database, it wants a storage location. And what we're looking for, storage-metcsgse00027/ and that's the container that we create to do backups of this new database service. So the concept is we have to go into the storage, create a storage container, and we do that through the RESTful client. The RESTful client allows us to create, modify, and delete the headers. So that's a basic tutorial of how to install the RESTful client onto a Firefox browser and access the database or the storage service so that I can go in and create a backup.